Okay, we got another project coming up, and it's all going to start with this. Check this out. Now this is just a piece of nylon. I don't know where the hell I got it from, but it's a piece of nylon. But I'm going to use that in this ball, and I'm going to make something. Check it out. Okay. Now there's the sheet of nylon. I cut a hole in it. The ball is there sitting on a little coffee can. I got some sort of saran wrap around the ball so in case the resin, polyester resin, attacks the rubber ball. Okay. And I put a little bit of black tint, black pigment, okay, a little bit of that in some of the resin, and now I'm just putting it on here. Okay, that's the first coat. I'm going to do a couple of coats of fiberglass. Watch this. Okay, this is the third coat. That noise you hear in the background, that's the exhaust fan. Homemade, of course. Basically, I'm trying to get a nice round shape. That's going to be important for the project. There. I got a couple of little leftover pieces here. I'm just gonna put them on. Can't hurt. I'm not adding a lot of resin because I want the fiberglass, the new pieces that I'm putting on, to soak up any excess. Maybe I'll cut another piece, put it on there. Okay, I got three coats of resin on there. Just see the underside. You can see the cellophane on the rubber ball. And the cellophane will help keep it from attacking. I didn't know whether the styrene in the fiberglass resin would attack the ball, so I put cellophane over it first, and then stuck the ball in a hole in the nylon. I'm just going to see if I got enough junk here to set this camera down without having it. still kind of sticky. It's okay. Take the ball out. That's what it looks like on the inside. Now I'll just trim around the edge, and that'll get me the half circle I need. Cool. Alright, now we got a little strip of 16 gauge metal. Okay. About almost an inch wide. And that's got with 2 holes drilled in it. And they're drilled to match the holes that are in a 12-inch speaker. Now, here's the piece I made from molding it off the rubber ball. And the deal is, I'm going to mount this so that it's basically sitting like that. Now, I may have to trim this, because as right now this fiberglass piece is touching the cone. It's not supposed to touch. So what I can do is I can cut a slot here and here, and that'll raise this up, because I'll put it like this. So if I cut a slot on either side, then this can, move away from the speaker, and that's maybe kind of deep. Maybe I can make it move back about an inch or so. And what that'll do is, when this sits like this, okay, now this is mounted in the amplifier. When the sound comes off the speaker, okay, in the middle of the speaker is it's the higher frequencies. We're trying to diffuse them, and this phenomenon happens. And if you've ever watched a band play, the people in the front row, their ears are bleeding. The people off to the side, left or right, the amplifier, the high end, the high frequency is not that prevalent. So, what this will do, the high frequencies will hit this and go like that. Of course, this is facing this way now, so the high frequency, instead of coming straight right at the people in the front, it's going to diffuse it. It'll just spread out, and it'll sound, the amplifier, guitar amp will sound good no matter where you are, either in front of right directly in front of the amp or off to the side. So what I'm doing is I'm just making something that's going to diffuse the high frequencies. That's what I'm making. And it's just started with a $2 ball that I bought at some little discount store down the street. Okay. The ball is probably about 4.5 inches across diameter. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm making something to make the amplifier sound good, because I was playing the amp. I brought it outside on the patio, and I walked out in front of the amp while I was playing, and it sounded terrible. But if you sit up next to it, your ear is not directly in front of the speaker. Your ear is up above the amp, and it sounded great. So that's when I decided I gotta make one of these things. So that's what I'm doing so far. Now this is the metal strip. It's 16 gauge. It's cut with the holes that'll match the speaker holes. Here's the piece. It's been trimmed, and this was going to fit under here like that. So when the sound hits the back, it diffuses it. All right, now to hold this onto here, I got another piece, 16 gauge, and I bent it on the curve. That curve matches the inside of that. And then right here, I'll bend it straight out and straight out, put it on top of here, tack weld it, and then I can just fiberglass over here, and that'll hold it onto there. So it's getting there. Okay, there, now the strip is bent, it goes inside there and there. Okay, and then we'll take this and we'll trim it here, and then tack weld it here, trim it and tack weld it there. Once it's centered in the speaker. Of course, it'll be, when it's mounted, it'll be like this. Okay, it'll be like that. Okay. Okay, what I did, I drilled 2 holes in the curved piece, 2 holes there, 2 holes there, marked it where we're supposed to be in the center, when the holes lined up with the speaker, clamped it, and then welded through the hole, so it's kind of like a spot weld. See? So this will sit. It'll sit like that. And then the cone will be a fiberglassed to the curved piece, and that'll hold it in place. And that's it. All I gotta do now is fiberglass that to that, and then paint this black, and put it all back together again. Cool. Okay, now the piece is fiberglassed in, and I just poured some of the rest of the resin in there. There. And I'll just let it dry. I'll paint that and mount it in the amp tomorrow. Awesome. Cool.